Let's start with giving out privileges. Of course, take mana privileges, loyalty privileges, and you may also take tropical city planning. Usually I would also advise to take advisor cost reduction, but now we are too poor to afford advisor even with such privileges. And also let's seize land. Let's also choose deity. I think it should be Shiva because we'll be conquering a lot. So now let's sort out diplomatic things. Usually Tondo will ally you easily. Also usually Butuan agrees to ally you. Maguindanao and Madias usually rival you, or at least aren't very friendly to you. In this case Butuan rivals me, but that doesn't really matter. Remember that it's great to have some allies, because they will help you either with navy or with armies. Also let's delete our light ships, we won't need them, and build galleys. You need at least 6 galleys, maybe even more. But that's if you want to wage war against Madias yourself. If you want to call in Tondo, you may do it right now, but Tondo will definitely want Panay, and we need Panay ourselves. Let's also build Pan network in our rivals, here it is. So now I'll just wait until Spy network is ready and we'll see if I can declare on Matias or not. So claim is ready, let's do it. And now we need to open ledger, military, navies, arrivals. So they have 5 galleys and I have 4. That means that I need at least 6. I'm not sure if they built more galleys at the start, but in a few games that I played before they didn't. So usually you need 6 galleys. Also you have another options, like attacking Maguindanao. They usually have less galleys, and they aren't as scary as Madias. Forgot to mention that if you want to declare on Maguindanao, don't forget that you either need to transport your armies by uncolonized lands, where natives will definitely attack you and definitely will eat some of your manpower, or you need to ask for access from Butuan and transport them by ship. Remember that the army is cheap, you may build it up quickly, but galleys and fleet at whole is really important for island nations. Right now I can't attack Butuan, and technically I can't attack Madias, because they have more galleys than me in total. So as you can see they have 7 galleys, that means that I need to have at least 8 or call in allies. But usually Madias shouldn't have any allies. And some may ask why do you need fleet? It's because there are a lot of straits, and you will be easily blocked if you don't have bigger fleet. So I'm building 9 galleys. Of course, the earlier you can conquer your neighbors, the better it will be, but there is no need to rush. You may take it slowly. So I'm starting this war a bit late, of course, but like I said, there is no need to rush. Let's do it. I'll set my ruler as general, and as you can see I have more galleys. That means that I won't have any problems with them. I'll hire a free company just to be sure that I will win here, because I'll get crossing penalty. Well, that's why you should conquer Philippines quickly, because you can instantly colonize these provinces. I'll show it to you later. Now let's also declare on Maguindanao. So now if you have Leviathan you can complete these missions and gain all this uncolonized land for free. To do it, click this button. It costs some mana points, but for these mana points you'll get new province. You may need to do it a few times, but you have to reduce native population to 0. Leave 2000 troops on each province that your mission wants, and yeah, that's it. You can do the same with this one and with these provinces, but obviously you need to conquer this area. But to do this you need to deal with mean tributaries, and I advise you to do it later. Remember that it's always good to have one strong ally, be it Brunei or Tondo, not only because no one will attack you, but also because you may use their navies and armies. If you don't have anything to do in Philippines, you have one option and it expand to other islands. In my case I'll conquer Sunda and Brunei. I think that's pretty reasonable, but remember that you also may need to build transports, because that's me who just stole them from my rivals. You may not be so lucky, because you'll need to do a lot of island hopping. I think I'll wait until my manpower recovers. It's also a pretty good idea to dev for Renaissance early, although your provinces aren't really meant to develop, because they're really expensive, but still, dev your capital. Also don't forget to hire advisors if you can, because I totally forgot, you shouldn't. Don't forget to build galleys whenever you can. And if you really need them for some reason, you might go over the force limit, because they're pretty cheap. By the way, if you wonder, you don't technically need to conquer Philippines for achievement. So now I decided to declare on Sulu, and I think I even can set Brunei as co-belligerent. I'll explain why. It's because I have 6th military technology, Brunei has 5th, and, well, as you can see, only one of its allies have 6th. There are more of them, but my troops are more quality. Let's do it. Obviously, you shouldn't fight everyone at once. Remember, one at a time. One at a time. Of course, if you have such possibility. So I stack wiped entire Brunei's ally army, and, well, as you can see, it's now a lot more manageable. And it's pretty easy to get ahead of them in military technology, remember this. So there is no need to be afraid. Also remember that, yes, they have more galleys, but your galleys are just awesome. Just look at this. Of course, conquering Brunei is not the only option. You may also conquer other Borneo states first, or maybe colonize provinces in other islands and conquer them first. But you'll still need to conquer Brunei sooner or later, the same as Tondo. So let's ally Sunda. As for your first idea, I recommend taking expansion, but if you have problems with administrative points, or maybe you just have a lot of battle points, then choose exploration. Okay, so I've got colonist, and now let's choose where to colonize. So if you conquered some of Borneo Island, you may have access to Sunda, Majapahit, or these nations. If you don't, you may want to colonize there. If you do, you may colonize here, so you can get access to the Malaya, or you may colonize wherever you want. I want pretty borders, so I'll colonize here. As for policy, I recommend to choose native repression. Well, because it's easier to kill everyone who doesn't agree with your opinion than convert them. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about Taiwan. If you want to go against Min, it's a pretty good idea to colonize Taiwan. I'll also declare against Majapahit. So I've just noticed that Tonda isn't Min tributary anymore for some reason, so I'll take it. So, how to deal with Min? First way is, I already showed you, it may sometimes do something like this. Second way is to declare not on tributary of Min, but on their allies. It's the easiest one that I recommend. Third is to declare anyway, and just wait. Conquer province that you need and just wait. Your war score will go up for 25. And maybe this nation will accept your peace, maybe, and maybe not. It may work on nations like this, that are pretty small. You need a big fleet like this one to defend from Min's naval invasions. Also, there is fourth way. I won't show it for you, sadly, because I need a lot of ships, a lot, I repeat, a lot. Here it is, justify trade conflict. Do this, declare trade war on Min, then just blockade its ports. Not only it will gain a lot of devastation and potentially lose mandate, and yeah, that's it, yeah. That's all ways that you can deal with Min. There is also, of course, the way to beat them on land with your military, but you need to wait until it either explodes or you just gain, I don't know, a few thousand development, and only then you have some chances. So now let's talk what should you do later. So first you should conquer Molucca's trade node. Only then Malacca. Well, it's ideally, that is how you should focus. First conquer this island, this. Borneo is an exception, it's just closest to Philippines. And then you might do these ones. But it really depends on who is easier. Usually Moluccas are easier, because as you can see, the strongest one is Majapahit and I easily beat it. Then you may go for India. Europeans arrive at approximately 17th century, approximately, and you shouldn't have any problems to beat them if you expand right. What to do with manpower issues? Just hire mercenaries, that's how I deal with rebels. Remember, if you're always expanding, it's no problem to use loans. And don't form Malaya, just don't. You need to remain Cebu if you want achievement, if you don't, well, you may. Thank you very much for watching this video, I hope you liked it, I hope this guide was understandable to you, I hope that you can replicate it, it's the most important thing. And I wish you the good luck. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and goodbye.